Hi everyone, Dr. Sunil Dand. Welcome to another video. I believe that huge swathes of our medical system are a complete and utter scam.
Amen.
And I do not use that word lightly. And I want to share with you a very recent story, only from last week, that highlights this point. But before we get started, I want to share with you another secret. I've been in the United States for over 10 years. Thankfully, I have good health insurance, but I do everything possible to avoid any interaction whatsoever with the medical system. I'm not registered with a primary care doctor, and I have no interest in seeing dentists, optometrists, or other allied professionals based on my own experiences, which I will share with you shortly. Now, a lot of people might say to me, Dr. Dand, you don't think much of the medical system. You think huge swathes of it are corrupted. You think that huge swathes of it are a complete scam. What are you doing working in the medical system? Well, that's a fair enough question, and I would answer it like this. Outside of my practice of lifestyle and health coaching, which is extremely rewarding, I do acute hospital work. And despite everything bad I say about the medical system, because there are so many negative aspects of the medical system in the United States, one thing that the United States is very good at, actually phenomenal at, is acute care. I also work in emergency rooms, but whether people come into hospital with a heart attack, a stroke, sepsis, a condition needing ICU admission, one thing that we do really well is we give attention to emergencies at a very high level, very fast. And I often say that I would rather be a homeless person in the United States with an acute medical emergency than a rich person in almost any other country. Obviously, it does come at a cost, but I'm telling you, as somebody who has worked and lived in different countries, the speed of getting care when you have an emergency in the United States is at an extremely high level. And as for any relative of mine, if they ever needed acute care for a serious emergency, I would want them in the United States. I wouldn't want them anywhere else. I wouldn't want them in England or any other Western country. And I really do mean that. Before we get started on everything I'm about to say, I'm very proud to practice acute care hospital medicine, which I think we do really well. However, chronic problems are a whole different matter. Dealing with routine issues, outpatient appointments, etc., we are terrible at that, predominantly because we have a sick care system that doesn't focus on real health and wellness. As for my own personal health, I've never registered with a primary care doctor in the United States. Touch wood, or knock on wood, as you say in the United States, I have good metabolic health and I do my own lab work and I monitor myself. Obviously, I have that knowledge and I'm medically trained, but I appreciate the fact that most people are not in that position. They need doctors for whatever reason. So I want to share with you then my own story, having stayed away from any outpatient medicine all this time, even the most minor thing. Let me share with you what happened to me then last week.